It was a quiet night in the Miller household. The clock read 12:15 a.m., and Oliver, just 6 months old, was deep in sleep. The house was still, but something was stirring. Charlie, the family dog, couldn't sit still. His eyes were locked on Oliver, and he paced around the house relentlessly, unable to stop staring at the crib. With each step, his breathing grew heavier, more uneasy. Something beyond his understanding seemed to be calling him. Charlie, who had always silently guarded Oliver, sensed something no one else could. He stopped at the doorway, tail wagging but his body tense, unable to calm himself. Every movement he made suggested that something was about to happen. But what? The next morning, Grace, still groggy from sleep, entered Oliver's room. She froze in shock. Oliver's face was flushed, his fever dangerously high. His breathing was erratic and panic shot through her chest, but something pulled her attention to Charlie. The dog was standing by the crib, staring at Oliver with urgency, almost as if trying to warn her. In that moment, Grace knew what to do. "Tom, we need to go to the hospital now," she shouted, her voice filled with panic. Within seconds, they were out the door, speeding to the hospital. But Charlie wasn't calm. He barked wildly, pawing at the door as if he wanted to go with them. Grace's heart raced, but she pushed through the fear. At the hospital, the diagnosis was swift, a dangerous fever. If they had waited longer, it could have been catastrophic. They were relieved, but despite the doctor's reassurance, something lingered in the air. Charlie stayed close to Oliver, watching him like a sentinel. His presence was unsettling. Grace and Tom couldn't shake the feeling that something still wasn't right. That night, Grace was jolted awake by Charlie's frantic barking. Her heart stopped as she rushed into Oliver's room. The sight that hit her was chilling. Oliver's lips were blue and his breathing was shallow. Charlie was in distress, barking frantically. He knew. Grace moved with terrifying speed, scooping Oliver up and dialing the paramedics. "Tom, he's not breathing right," she cried. The paramedics arrived just in time to stabilize the baby. But amidst the chaos, Grace's eyes flicked up. There stood Charlie in the corner, watching them with unwavering, knowing eyes. He had known. "It was him," Tom whispered, stunned. "He saved us." But the biggest surprise was yet to come. In the days that followed, the house was quieter, yet an odd tension remained. Every bark from Charlie, every step near Oliver's crib, felt laden with meaning. Then, one morning, a mysterious package arrived at the door. Inside, there was a letter and old photos. The letter revealed something no one had expected. Charlie wasn't just a stray dog found by chance. He had a connection to Oliver's biological mother, Carla. He had been part of Oliver's life from the very beginning, silently watching over him. Grace's heart sank as she whispered, "He always knew?" Tears welled in her eyes as she looked at Charlie. The same devoted dog was standing quietly before them, as though confirming everything. Charlie wasn't just a dog. He was Oliver's guardian angel, chosen for this very purpose. The truth hit their hearts like a heavy weight. Charlie had always known what to do, and his love was deeper than they had ever understood. The house was quieter now, but the love that had always been shared among the Millers took on a new, profound meaning. It wasn't just the love of a family for their dog. It was something deeper, something inexplicable, something more powerful. It was the kind of love that creates miracles. One peaceful night, as soft autumn light streamed through the window, Grace and Tom sat in the living room, watching Charlie lying next to Oliver's crib. The baby was calm, soundly sleeping. It was as if everything was right, as if they were finally at peace. Charlie got up and looked at Grace with knowing eyes, then lay back down next to Oliver. The dog, with his unwavering calm, seemed to be the final piece that had been missing. That night, Grace and Tom understood something more than they ever had before. It was love that held everything together. Charlie's love, Oliver's love, and all of theirs. In that moment, Grace knew that miracles weren't just made by invisible forces. Miracles happen when love becomes the strongest force in existence.